Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Thursday, number 22 day for this month of June 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Koni Lukong. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where we bring una the truth, we bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Good people of Ambazonia, the Ambazonian People's Platform for Advocacy seeks to establish to the international community and to the mindset of our people a drastic shift in Cameroon military operation in Ambazonia. The killing of the notable in Big Babanki, Paul Emmanuel, should highlight this shift of the Cameroon military objective and Cameroon military operation in Ambazonia being totally left in the hands of pro-Yaoundé regime's agents, mainly those who hold position of the so-called elected officials and members of the House of Chiefs. Paul Emmanuel specifically was a very strong opposition member to the policy being advanced by Chief Benjamin of Big Babanki. In all their traditional chat groups and in all meetings, he has opposed the use of Takambangs to try to overpower Ambazonian forces in Babanki. He was arrested, taken to up-station Bamenda, later on brought back to the village and summarily executed. Yaoundé, political agents, ministers, generals do no longer control military operation in Ambazonia. They have all been left in the hands of Cameroon agents who are all Ambazonians residing in Yaoundé. Our people should take note of this shift and threat that are posed against our people with the use of the Cameroon army by our own Ambazonians that have been given stake by the regime in Yaoundé. Fellow people of Ambazonia, Emmanuel Macron, the French hegemony, is organizing one of the biggest conference for financial policy in the 21st century that will include the gathering of over 300 participants that are in Africa that represents the network of France's economic and financial strength. All the presidents of the France-Afrique, the alliances, and big financial institutions have all been assembled in France for what they are calling a summit to adopt a global financial pact. They want a very big meeting where the French government, they want to establish and reform the big financial system where they don't put them for inside Africa, then talk say in the light of the new dynamic internationally, and for also strengthen a common roadmap for all the African countries, then way them be tied to France and the network of France in Africa. So in a very, very big meeting, Paul Biya is supposed to attend this meeting personally, and suddenly we don't get information. Say the Paul Biya, he don't get a medical emergency. Yaoundé be in total panic. The Prime Minister of La République du Cameroon, he no be designated to represent the government. So he don't also expose for we the next hand of Paul Biya, the person who will not say following the uproar for the visit of Emmanuel Macron, they be done push Ferdinand Ngoh for position he make it be like the next alternative for power for Paul Biya in case Paul Biya die. We know say the person where the rule La Republic, he get a direct impact for the policy and the approach of our colonial master La République du Cameroon vis-a-vis our war and our fight for self-determination. So our people, they need to take note the fast replacement of Paul Biya with a nephew where it be duped as the next person where it be more acceptable, where they run the work for background in case Frank Biya succeed for be the next president for La République. Now the first choices for the French government will be completely accepted by the Bulu Beti occultic vampires them where they rule La République du Cameroon. The man in name na Louis-Paul Motazé, na Paul Biya in nephew as Ferdinand Ngoh. It be used by Paul Biya where he already get any political lineage or people the way they feel represented politically for La République du Cameroon. This one it be seen as a new replacement, a new alternative for balance and counter Paul Biya influence. So the man will not know whether na one of the people the way they support the Frank Biya, but we know say na the person where the French government then favor he for be the next representative for Paul Biya. And the fact say during this medical emergency for the very big important meeting, then decide for say na it give we a little bit tips for no way to wait it happen for the house of the enemy. This man he be na the Secretary General for Prime Minister office since 2011. So na man we in Norway so-called Anglophones them very well. Now he be the control the Prime Minister them for make sure say he be na Paul Biya for that office. He then be Cameroon their Minister of Economy. Na very highly educated person way the French people they don't groom me very well. He just de Paul Biya under Amadou Ahidjo. So our people they need to take note for this next big chief terrorist where he could probably continue for lead Paul Biya regime. Whether na Frank Biya or na or na the same enemies to Ambazonians' independence and separation. So this big meeting where it go take place for France, we go to monitor them because it go determine the policy way it go the rule for France for Africa. It go to dominate Africa because now the France they control Africa on behalf of all their European and American allies them. Now they set the pace and way to way they decide, and for those meeting them, it get direct impact for our livelihood, our survival, and our chances for us to win our own independence. So we go continue for the monitor them. There is indication for sure say Paul Biya says he ready one attend this particular meeting. So we go continue for monitor them for see how he the one go fight for defend himself for day also, and we'll get plenty African leader the way they not been a French country them, but way them be under the influence of France. France that always begin thief for John, go invest and for Paul. Now say that they do for manage Africa, that they thief for one French country, carry the money, go do clean investment for the other one, so that all of them eventually they will be under their control. France then take total control for Pan-African houses them, including African Union, their main staff them, they be paid directly by the French government. So no fit completely ignore which way they do them. We need for study them, see how way they arrange for defend themselves, and see how we fit dismantle this their cabal for advance our own objective. Our fellow country people them would then also see two big phenomenon the way that happened for Ambazonia. All them for inside Nigeria as this war refugee day it then pass. One a very big rally where somewhere it come a Sako it then organize them. It bring refugee them, then gather, then take placard where it carry name, then do march pass for inside Nigeria. If you observe the video, you see say plenty people then come up for day. It bring rice them for share them for the people them. So the picture, it carries Sako a picture very prominently for day. You know if you observe and say you go see Ambazonian flag where it be very prominent for the flyer, but it carry one message say Sako the appeal for the United Nations, say me then try to come for solve Ambazonia problem. You also get another big political event where it take place for Nigeria, this time for Abuja, when this group will be founded and pushed by Nalova B. Also, they call them na screw. That means say Southern Cameroon European women them. This time not be the European women them, but they look like them buy t-shirt them, then give them for singer. Most of the members they all see them for those picture videos na singer members, and then there are about 12 of them. They wear the t-shirt also. They protest for highlight Ambazonia and their plight for this war refugee day. They march for inside Abuja, about 12 of them. And we also see say the center for this type of activities are good. We want to make Ambazonia they protest every single day for highlight our issue. And the partisanship we will see that the all man they promote na group. It will also still be a worrying sign for sure. So we'll get a long way for go. It make one for ask itself. say Ambazonia them, their rush for this struggle, is it being motivated to come and rule, to come and lead, or it is motivated to come and fight for a common cause, to come and help ongoing efforts in ground zero, with which those who are doing all this political campaign should identify that self-defense is the primary way forward and should use their resources to finance self-defense in ground zero, as well as engage in such political events with less partisanship, with more Ambazonian faces. Nevertheless, we should applaud every effort that seeks to promote Ambazonians' independence and our self-determination. We should look for our common interests in everything, as much as imperfect they are or badly motivated as they are. We all have a common interest and a common objective that we must advance and seek for ways to advance this commonality going forward. People who have been stripped off from every power to rule themselves or govern themselves and treated as third-class citizens and slaves will normally be prone towards clinging onto or fighting to have those privileges, like to become rulers and governors and whatsoever you may call them. But those are usually counterproductive. We should be motivated primarily to look at how can we help, how can we contribute to fight. First, leadership and those other things will come naturally as our effectiveness in the various areas will elevate all sons and daughters, groups and organizations of Ambazonia for one purpose: to fight for freedom, to end tyranny, subjugation of our people. For inside Ako village day, for inside Menchum, dead body for one Ambazonian journalist, we be the try for highlight the problem then where these Fulani people then way Ndampolo, Ndawara, Baba Ndawara, Ibidan bring a me then can begin attack community for create space for cow them, for begin chop for bush them, they don't kill them. All Cameroon government officials them for inside Menchum, now Aku people them where they work for Ndawara, they don't always facilitate the attack of Mbororo people them where they work for Ndawara, where they come up primarily for inside Nigeria. They don't kill the journalists, they don't dummy their body. The Cameroon, their terrorists gendarme them, they don't go pick the dead body for their friend them, they don't bring them for present them for the public.
Two abductees were released following this attack. An information reached. It is about 2:37 here in Ako subdivision, precisely at the Catholic Health Center here in Ako. Right behind my left-hand side is a corpse of one of the abductees that were being abducted yesterday morning by unidentified kidnappers from the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who has been killed following an attack from the Gendarmerie of Ako to release these three kidnappers. And the further line here is called Bana Femo Emos. Okay, so the one line here, they're about to transport the corpse right to Nkande. The remaining two abductees were released following this attack. An information reaching us says some of the kidnappers were killed instantly, but no fixed number has been given yet to us. It is not up to 3 months ago that these same kidnappers, presumably from the Federal Republic of Nigeria, got into Buku village of Ako subdivision and arrested or kidnapped more than 22 persons who were taken away and were later released after having paid ransom. So we are calling on the government of Cameroon to see what they can do in order to put a permanent security post in Abutu, Aba for Buku. If not, the population are dying out. People are leaving Buku because of this high rate of kidnappings and demanding of ransom. People have been killed.
So now the village people in that, we don't even see one way women then come out where they don't catch almost an entire village. For instance, Ako.
In Donga Mantum division. Right behind me are some Boko women in front of the National Gendarmerie Ako, whose husbands and relatives, children, amongst others, had just been kidnapped this morning by some unidentified Fulani kidnappers from the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So Which way happen na say this Mbororo people they don't come for day. Now the same Mbororo people they don't use them for Nkambe. For can enter state they want fight Ambazonian fighter them. In exchange, they give them land for begin use their cow them for graze them. They don't enter, they don't kidnap people them. While women they don't protest, go for gendarmerie, Cameroon their gendarmerie station. The gendarmerie they don't go inside bush, go talk say they don't kill the kidnapper them. Somehow miraculously, they not bring one picture or any evidence say they don't kill any of the Fulani people them. But somehow they hand for them the die body for the journalists where they don't murder them and the papa them where they be kidnap them for the village for inside Ako. So we know say the Cameroon military they work with these Fulani people them because now the same Cameroon military if you partner with them for go attack Ngarbu, for go attack villages them right from Menchum. So we don't see this collaboration between the Cameroon military and this same Aku people them make our people they not be deceived from the reality and for believe this Cameroon their game where they play them and for know exactly say the Mbororo people them they get their protection from the Cameroon army. Would then put outside all the entrance, the place where they are cow that they can't enter for pass for day. If the Cameroon military won't stop the Fulani people the way they come out for Nigeria, now ABC for them for stop them. Because now the Cameroon military be invite them to enter for day with the hopes that they go help for fight Ambazonian fighter the way they for inside bush road them. When now that Fulani people them feel better know them and they feel handle them. So we call on our people for understand the enemy and their modus operandis. How by chance, by miracle, they don't release the people the way they be catch them. Just shortly after the Mami them protest, if these Fulani people they be walk now by themselves, they no forever see the people the way they be kidnap them. Now the insecurity and the soft way where the Cameroon they create this situation them, so that the population go to turn back for them, say now they go can they protect them. And the condition for protect those villages, now say they go fight with against Ambazonian forces them. So the main primary objective for the Cameroon military now for fight against Ambazonian resistance and for hijack and for keep our people in some sort of a hostage situation. We don't see how they be do them for Ngoh. Now the same policy way they don't do them for Menchum. Now way they do them for Ndonga. Now way they use them for Manyo. Now the same hostage situation where they create them so that the population will come back for them for help. Make we not fall for this their trick. Now common enemy will get them. Now the Fulani herdsmen the way they come up from Nigeria and the Cameroon subjugation and oppressive forces. Our people must resist every form of oppression and subjugation that takes away their dignity, their livelihood, and their security, with a somehow hope that it will break our resistance against Cameroon rule. Capo Daniel, signing off, looking out for you.